Hello, and welcome to Mystic Musings. Again, it's so beautiful, and I feel so blessed to have you here. I am so just excited about what I'm going to talk about today, and I'm also very excited because this new tarot deck that I got, the Wild Unknown Tarot, which I talked about a little bit in the last video that I made, how this deck came into my life really magically. And so I, in the last video, talked about how the card that I pulled was the High Priestess. And the following day, when I had a client over, I did a reading for him and I pulled the High Priestess again, right? And so today I approached the deck to have something to share with you on this video. And while I was taking the deck out, the world fell out. the world card, which is the final card in the zodiac, which was beautiful, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep that one out. And had shuffled the deck, and lo and behold, for the third time now, the card right on top, the High Priestess. So, I mean, for my first time drawing cards from this deck, this is pretty magical. It's pretty unreal and amazing and just, of course. So let's look at the world again. So the world represents wholeness and completion. I'm going to read what it says in this book and then talk about it a little bit. So the world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to experience this energy as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image on the card. Close your eyes and envision this radiating energy inside you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks do you feel from? What blocks you from feeling a sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? So I'll show you the card again. You can look at it. It's beautiful. So this is perfect, right? And then that paired with the High Priestess and, leaning into mystery and intuition and, using silence and non-action to harness our inner power. This is just beautiful. So what I wanted to talk about today was joy, the miraculous nature of joy. And, what this card is sharing is this idea that we are already whole and complete, right? Because we are. And so anytime that we experience that there's something wrong with us or there's something wrong with the world, we are not present to the miracle, to the joy, to the love, right, that this world is, and that we are already whole and complete. Like there's nothing to fix. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a beautiful thing to be on a continuous journey in life where we are evolving and learning and growing, right? But there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with who you are, how you are, where you are. It's all perfect, right? And like we're being called to just take that on, right? Take on that you are complete. There is nothing outside of you that is going to complete you. And the way that this ties in with joy is I just made an Instagram post about joy and how joy is something that we all get to experience. And it's something that I empower you to not let anyone take away from you and to protect it like it's a child, right? Like your joy is beautiful and is you get to experience it in any moment, under any circumstance, with any person, right? You can tap into your sense of joy. Oof, I felt that just sitting up. Just sit up with your back straight. Be present to your breath, to nature, to your room, to your objects, your beautiful, like, sacred objects, the things that make up your everyday life. It's when you tune in and get present and get aware to your surroundings and get connected, you get to experience joy. And so the miraculous thing about joy is that the more that you have, the more there is for everyone. Love, right? Same principle. The more that you have, the more that there is for everyone. There is no scarcity with regard to joy and love and miracles, right? The more that I have in my life, the more that I cultivate it's not even like I'm amassing more joy and more love, right? A Course in Miracles tells us that there is nothing but love, right? For us to be seeing anything but love is to be seeing an illusion. For us to be seeing anything but, miracles is for us to be like seeing we're not in the presence of it. We're just not experiencing ourselves as in the presence of it. So joy, this is amazing. I ended up getting on a phone call with my friend Hillary, who's an incredible singer, songwriter, healer, and she's going through something. And for me to just share how joyful I'm feeling, I went to yoga class this morning. I had an experience this morning of being late for the class that I originally intended to go to, and I had some body sensations come up that in the past I would have described as anxiety. And instead I was like, okay, I'm going to be late and there's an opportunity here. Instead of worrying and not having the sense of being out of control, there's an opportunity here for me to just go and explore the studio, right? Like, it was a new studio that was recommended to me. And so I got there and it was just perfect. Instead of going to the original class that I was going to, I went to the next one, and I'm so grateful to be just getting back into my yoga practice, right? But so in that moment, it was like, all right, which way do I want my day to go? Do I want my day to go the path of anxiety and worry and things aren't going the way that I wanted them to? Or do I want my day to go the path of, where's the opportunity here? How do I get present to joy again, right? Curiosity and fun and play and love and compassion and forgiveness and all the things that go along with that. And so I was sharing this with my friend Hillary on the phone, and even though she was going to share something that was really challenging for her, she said that just me sharing about my joy made her feel like more joyful, more alive, more energized. And so that's the beautiful thing about this, is for you to take time to focus on your own experience of joy is the best thing that you can do for others. When you feel good, you are of service to the world around you. You don't even have to try, right? Your very presence is something that people feel, right? And for you to be present to joy in your life and to be walking through the world that way, all of your interactions are going to be at that vibrational level of joy, right? And when it's not, then you just represence yourself. You just correct yourself. Again, there's nothing wrong, right? We have this, vibrational path that we're on of joy, of feeling good, of love, of, just yum, pleasure, all that, good stuff, right? And then we might get brought off course sometimes. We might have, someone say something or a circumstance come up, and we might get brought off course, and there's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. It is only a matter of correcting yourself back onto that course continuously. And the more that you practice that, and the more that you practice that being gentle with yourself, okay? We have a tendency to be so hard on ourselves. When you practice being gentle with yourself and gently correcting yourself, you're golden. You are golden. Okay, so on this beautiful day, just happy autumn. Autumn is here, and we're, the end of summer, the beginning of the next season, and it's harvest time, harvesting the joy, the goodness that you've put into this year that you now get to revel in, right? The transformations that have happened. It's been such a hugely transformative year. We're preparing for the 2020s, okay? This year has been so much about, okay, getting things into place to prepare for the launch of this next leg of the century, okay? 2020, we're heading into like a like energetic time of coming together, you know, and like really renaissance. Like that's what a lot, like the 1920s, when you think about it, was just such a, you know, women getting the right to vote, and just like huge like musical, you know, the world of music and arts and literature like really started to flourish very like in a beautiful way in the 1920s. And it's like, whoa, we're right at the precipice of that again. And so everything's perfect. You're in the perfect place. You are perfectly you. You're precious. You're divine. And I want to know, like, tell me how, you know, after you watch this video, like, how do you presence joy in your life? Like, what has you get present to the joy in your life? Is it your children? Is it a tea practice or some kind of ceremony or ritual in your life or spiritual practice? Is it like having flowers, buying flowers for yourself? Is it dancing? I mean, just what has you present to the joy that's available all around you in your life? Okay, I would love to hear you share that in the comments. Like I said, the more joy that we experience, right, the more there is for everybody. And so thank you for the gift that you are. Thank you for watching this video. I'm so excited to continue to share with all of you and just hear back from you, you know, what's going on in your lives. I love you, adore you, honor you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you soon.